So, within the past year, this channel has grown a lot. It's been a year of experimentation, grinding, and learning, and as such, I now have a better understanding of the direction I want to take with the channel. Therefore,
I'm going to change it.
Yo, Havoc Nation has arrived. What's going on, everybody? Los Angel of Havoc here, aka Laytato, the one and only High Priest of the congregation. Welcome back to another installment of LaytatoClips, where we got a little bit of everything. And today, friends, I wanted to talk about some things that have been on my mind as I've worked on producing content for this channel in the last few months. Some of you may have noticed at times where things seem a bit all over the place, more so than usual. I've got stream VODs here, boss fights there, guides, reactions, shorts, any and everything I've been able to supply whenever I have the energy. My work life and personal life outside of content creation, however, have made things a bit harder to balance. So as much as I love throwing whatever content I have up on the channel, whenever I have it, I feel it's time to pivot a bit and be more intentional with what I'm doing. After the last year, I've come to find that what I enjoy the most is taking the time to make longer form content. The process of coming up with an idea, then taking the time to write a script, recording it, and then editing the video overall is very fun and exciting for me. It is, however, a lot of work. After all, it's just me for the most part, though I do appreciate my congregation community members immensely for the contributions they've made to the channel here and there. Lately, though, I've pretty much been operating the production end as a one-man army. Because of that, a few things are going to have to be different. Now, it's my hope that these changes will allow me the space and time I need to improve upon the content and consistency I'm delivering to you here. I'll start by talking about streaming. In 2026, I will be taking a step back from regularly streaming. I no longer have the consistency in my work schedule to be able to keep up with regular streams during the week and weekends, and I've barely been able to keep up in the last few months as it is. This is essentially what's held up all of the plans I had to cover Assassin's Creed Shadows, Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, and Ghost of Yotei. I've played all three exclusively on stream, which unfortunately I realized too late locks me into a cycle of playing to completion that then ultimately hinders my ability to learn the game at a pace that allows me to make more intentional content like those I've done for Eliza P, Anatria, etc. Now, initially, I will complete my active playthroughs of Ghost of Yotei and Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, but afterwards, I still plan to go live on Twitch on occasion. If there's a new drop in Destiny or Monster Hunter Wilds, etc., I'm there. You already know me and my squad are going to show up and show out, but outside of that, I'll be gaming at my own pace from now on. Next, let's talk reactions. While they are fun, they are also difficult to keep up with. I often have to cram several into one filming session, and even then, I may or may not be able to edit and upload them for release until a few days or maybe even a week after. That probably doesn't matter too much, given that depending on what I'm reacting to, they always tend to find their audience, or they don't. That said, I also can't ignore the fact that I've scrapped reactions entirely due to too much time passing from when I first filmed them. So, what am I going to do about that? Well, now I'm going to try to do a bit more research on what I'm interested in reacting to. Obviously, if it's something that's not going to hit PS5, or alternatively, if it's not the kind of game I'm drawn to, then I likely won't play. And there's definitely titles that I've reacted to in the past that fall within those categories. But again, the goal with these changes is to be a bit more intentional, and part of that effort is not making content just for the sake of. I will still, of course, look into requests, so if there's something that you'd like to see me react to, please don't hesitate to drop the title in the comments so I can look it up and see what's good. Boss fights are up next, and honestly, not too many notes here other than that they will still be a thing. With games like Lords of the Fallen 2, Neo 3, and other Souls-likes on the horizon, it's a bit too early for me to really fathom doing away with that style of content, and it's something that's relatively easy to manage and produce. It'd just be a matter of not getting to see me panic, scream, triumph, and we cannot leave out my many, many, many deaths. Let's be honest, that's what started all this in the first place. Finally, that leaves long and short form content. Shorts, skits, etc. aren't going anywhere. Sometimes, ironically, they are all I have the energy for, and I enjoy making them almost as much as I do the longer scripted videos. For long-form content like guides, game updates, reviews, etc., it will always depend on the game and how I feel about it. I'm still figuring out my approach. My review of Expedition 33, for example, was the first time I'd ever really reviewed an entire game from start to finish. I had done a review in progress for Anatria before that, but both of these were still me getting a feel for that kind of content. And using what I've learned from making these videos and others, I really want to explore different kinds of video essays, but in my own way. I'm still learning and figuring out what works for me and what feels viable enough for me to crank things out at a reasonable pace without burning myself out. I have my processes, but it's all still time consuming, which can be a lot. Outside of all this, I have a full-time job, a wife that I also game with, and I'm a recording artist that is part of a music group. We actually just released a new single, so if you want to check it out, I'll put a link to it in the description below, if you fancy. I also have an entirely different channel based solely around my music. I actually started making gaming skits on that channel, and I decided that I wanted to create a bit of separation to explore things I enjoy beyond music. I do appreciate all of you for being on this journey with me. At the beginning of this year, we were sitting at 440 subscribers, and as of writing this script, we are now at 523. I'm humbled, grateful, and hope that these changes I'm making will help stabilize the content flow of this channel and give you all more things to look forward to on a more consistent basis. If you've made it this far into me yapping, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm always open to suggestions, and if there's something you'd like to see more of, just let me know in the comments below. But that will be all for now, my friends. If you enjoyed the video, please do me a solid and give it a thumbs up. It's a little bit, but it does go a long way in terms of helping the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more content like this, you want to stay tuned in with what I'm doing here on the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Once again, my name is Los Angel of Havoc. Thank you for watching LaytatoClips. We will see you next time, friends. Same late time, same late channel.